Hello. How is everyone doing? It's August, which means that I think some of the schools, lots of schools, international schools particularly, are heading back. Whilst I know that lots of others of us are still off on our travels and extended holidays. Um, and for us, we're hoping to come back to South Africa at the end of August. But who knows? Who knows? We're just waiting now for my son's visa. Um, and so for our portable career tip this week, I have been really struggling with just knowing how to structure my week. Um, you know, I get this question asked to me all the time, and I think as soon as I've got it nailed, um, our visas expire and we have to up and leave South Africa within 10 days and move into my parents' house. And you know Maslow's hierarchical needs, you've got down the bottom kind of like your survival of food and water and clothing. And so when something like that happens, or those that are going through transition, this is a key time for you right now, that's all you can focus on, is just that bottom. Sorry, there's a big air show happening at the moment, which is where the kids are. And so that's all you can focus on, is just that bottom level, and you can't move up. And that can be really frustrating because, well, for me anyway, I know that come September, when we're back in Joburg and the kids have gone back to school and everyone's gone back to work, that's when it's going to hit me. I'm going to be like, I wish I could have done more, or I could have progressed more in my career, because now I just feel like I'm back to April before we left for the UK. Mixed with, then I'm like, but Hannah, this is amazing, and the whole reason why you do your business is to give you that flexibility so that you can go bird watching with your dad, or go out shopping or go for lunch with mum, because this is an amazing gift to be given 3 months to spend with your parents again, and particularly when you live the other side of the world and you don't see them that much. So I don't know, how does everyone else do it? How do you go with the flow, but also set boundaries? Because if I look at articles and I look at other advice that's out there currently online, particularly around freelancers and how to balance during the summer with your kids, it's all around setting boundaries, which again is fine if you have your bottom needs for your family met. But if you don't, then you can't really go and set boundaries, and particularly not when you're living in somebody else's house, because you need to take the expectations of them on board. And now Matt is back, so I have to take his expectations, and he needs to work. So how do you do it, basically? Has anyone got any advice? Because I am going backwards and forwards. The one tip I would suggest, and that does help me when I'm in this place, because I keep going backwards and forwards in it, is the 10-10-10 strategy. And this is taken from sport, in that we used to say, when you're going for a run, you do the 10-minute rule, where you go out for a run and you say to yourself, I'm just going to do it for 10 minutes. And then before you realize it, you're doing it for 10 hours. So the 10-10-10 strategy, oh, there's that song, 10 to 10 to 10 10 10. I feel like it's that, when you say what's the time and someone says it's 10 to 10. Anyway, maybe not. The 10-10-10 strategy is, you ask yourself, whatever you're stressing about, will this matter to me in 10 minutes time? Will this matter to me in 10 weeks time? And will this matter to me in 10 years time? Now, the 10 years, you have to probably have done a bit of coaching or a bit of self-reflection on what your own version of success is. So I pull out my life binder and all of my goals for that year, and just go back and kind of reflect on, okay, well, plan A was to have experienced, feel like this. during 2019. Well, that isn't going to happen because of visas, but that's cool, because when I look back in 10 weeks' time, or when I'm on the plane coming back to Joburg, what I will have remembered is that time that I really did enjoy spending with my parents. What I won't have enjoyed or remembered was that I missed sending out a weekly newsletter, or whatever it might be that I really wanted to be consistent with. So what will matter in 10 minutes, what will matter in 10 weeks, and what will matter in 10 years. And then from there, you can then begin to set your own boundaries around what you do need to do. Because for me, it's not working 40 hours this week. That's never going to happen. But maybe 10 hours would be great. And so how can I set the boundaries for the rest of the family to enable me to show up here and to show up and to keep going? Because if I don't, in 10 weeks' time, when I'm back in Joburg and I'm on my own and everyone is back to their life, that's when it's going to hit me and I'm going to crash, because I don't have any structure or momentum within my business anymore because it's been too long. So I hope that that helps, but I would really, really love to know what your advice and tips are for how you keep juggling, and how you ensure that you are juggling and keeping your eye on your career and your family and anything else, your health. How does that all work? I'm pretty good now at the running because I can run anywhere, but yeah, just I don't know, help me out here. Any advice? But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I do completely realise that this is first world problems. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful summer and life is really good. And so, yeah, it has been great. But anyway, cheers guys, have a wonderful week and I'll chat soon. I'll stop waffling. Bye.